Hey, lovey-doveys, and welcome back to Taste and Talk. I'm Christy, your host, and on Thursdays, well, it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday. I don't know why I'm getting my days mixed up, but anywho, on Wednesdays, we talk about better food choices, and our subtopic that we've been talking about this week is discipline. We talked about having good habits and discipline. Yesterday, we talked about having focus and energy with discipline. Now we're going to talk about making better food choices and being disciplined. Okay? So better food choices, it requires discipline. It really does because think about it. Discipline is what helps you choose what supports you. Even when your cravings, emotions, or convenience says something else. Now, discipline today was going ahead and making that baked chicken and mixed veggies. When I had a taste for a big cheeseburger and fries and a Dr. Pepper with lots of ice. But discipline told me, girl, go in there and cook that chicken and eat it and pretend it's a hamburger and go on, okay? Better food choices are not always the choices we crave at the moment, because I was craving that cheeseburger. But most of us, and we know what a better choice is. One, eating at home is better for your pocket. Two, eating at home means less calories and eating stuff you don't know what you're eating on, right? This issue is not about the information. It really isn't. The issue is often on whether you have the discipline to choose what helps us in the long term over what feels good short term. Because after I had that hamburger, I'm pretty sure I would have felt guilty. And if I look off or down, I'm looking at my notes because we got to stay on topic. I'm trying to be in and out in 15, right? Not trying to take up your whole afternoon, right? So, discipline bridges the gap between knowing and doing, right? So, discipline starts before the meal, okay? We made the better food choice. We usually make it before we sit down to eat. I made the better food choice today. I had the baked chicken and the veggies, right? And it's 4? I just ate at 3. I've been up since 6. Had my coffee, and that was my first meal of the day. I still have some left, so I'm going to eat the rest of it for dinner, right? So, our discipline and our choices are shaped by what you bought, what you prepped, and what you keep and kept in the house. What you told yourself earlier in the day. So early in the day, I told myself when I took the chicken out, I laid it out. I let it thaw this morning. Once it thawed out, I marinated it. So my mind knew we was having baked chicken, right? The veggies are already prepped. I use the Green Giant mixed veggies. It's already there. You just microwave it, and it's in a steam, right? So discipline often, happens when you set it up, not just in the moment. Because had I not prepped the chicken, had I not come up with a meal plan for the week, I probably would have ordered that Sonic cheeseburger and Route 44 size Sonic Dr. Pepper with the extra ice and a large fry with the groovy sauce. Yeah, see, I know all of that because I've given in sometimes because I didn't prep. I justify, you didn't take it out, so no, because you can defrost it in the microwave. But we tell ourselves what we need to tell ourselves to justify what we need to justify. But we got to make these better food choices easier and stop negotiating with ourselves every day. If every meal becomes a debate, you're going to get worn out and you're going to give in. Discipline can look like having some defaults. Protein first, water, smaller portions, lighter evening meals, and planned snacks. And when you're making your grocery order, like I got my grocery order I'm going to place next Friday, right? So I've gone in, I've created a meal plan, I've tried to make the better choices, and I don't include a bunch of snacks. Now, with that said, do I often get snacks? Yes. But then when I get them, I portion them out. You can get those little 100 calorie bag, little Ziploc things, or the little plastic thingies. I have the bags. And I portion it out. And I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I don't buy a whole lot of snacks. Once the snacks are gone, they just gone. I usually buy enough. They only last about 10 days. And I try to have one every other day. Right? And they only last about 10 days. Because if you don't buy it, you won't eat it. Now, for those of you who have kids at home, you're gonna need a lot of discipline not to eat them kids' snacks. Right? But you have to have things so that you're making fewer decisions that you have to fight through. It makes consistency easier. You know, discipline is choosing support over sabotage. Sabotage such as skipping meals, but then you overeat somewhere else. You know, or eating too fast. Now, I have to do that because, like, I waited a little while to eat. So I had to remind myself, slow down and chew. You know, eating whatever is easier because you waited too long to prep. Or using food, because, you know, I'm a recovering emotional eater. So using food to soothe emotions that you have not dealt with or that you're trying to ignore. Better choices happen when you stop setting yourself up for failure. Now, these are the products that I use to support making better food choices. One is our GLP-1 activator, Control, Iaso Control. It can fit into any before meal routine when you want support with staying intentional. You take 2 of these twice a day before lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner, but take 2. And I took 2 this morning. And you see, I didn't eat till 3 o'clock. And then I'll finish the rest before 7. And you know, that I don't usually go to bed till 11. So I know you're thinking, well, what between 7 and 11? What if you want that sweet treat? No. No sweet treats over here because I have resolution drops. This helps with those snack cravings get really louder than your goals. 2 droppers of this under your tongue. Wait 30 minutes. Have a glass of water. That does it for me. And then, of course, you got to have your daily nutrition, which you would get with your NutraBurst. 72 vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. This is a strong first win in the morning. Rip it and sip it. You're running out the door, grab it, throw it in your bag. It's portable. You forget to take it early in the morning, take it in the afternoon. I told you when I have to go out in public, like the doctor's office or get on the train, I'm going to take an extra one of these for the day. Right? And then for those coffee drinkers, choose a healthier coffee. Be intentional about your choice when coffee is part of your routine. This is a mushroom coffee. And it's made from the green coffee bean, which means it hasn't been processed. It still has, coffee beans actually have nutrients in it. And it has Garcinia kombucha. It helps with those food cravings, okay? And then you want to keep your system clean, because if you're taking food in, you got to put something out. And sometimes people are not putting things out. So we have our original Iaso tea. This right here makes a gallon of tea. 2 8-ounce glasses a day will help with inflammation because it's just made from 7 natural herbs. And if you don't feel like making a gallon of tea, that's cool. Our owner felt so good he did it twice, but this time he did it in an instant tea. Add it to a bottle of water. It has no taste. Or add it to your lemonade, or add it to your Gatorade. And keep your upper and lower intestines moving. And if you need just a little flavor with your cleanse, we have tropical punch, lemonade, and my favorite, watermelon. Right? These teas make your evening reset much lighter. So discipline doesn't have to mean rigid eating. It really doesn't. Because if you take away something from yourself, you're just going to crave it more and just setting yourself up for failure. Because discipline is not punishment. It is not starving, depriving, or obsessing. I stuck to my routine for 15 months. And in 15 months, I was able to lose 80 pounds. I was able to change how I was feeling, changing how I was doing, and just feeling better. Not making any medical claims, just telling my testimony. Sleeping better. Healthy choices. Healthy food choices. Healthy supplements. It is simply learning to choose in a way that aligns with how you want to feel. Better food discipline should still feel sustainable and kind. And then your environment can either strengthen or weaken you. If everything around you supports impulsive eating, discipline is going to be hard. So you have to ask yourself, what foods are visible? You got a fruit basket out, or you got the candy jar? What options are easy for you? Are you a salad eater? Those are easy. They even come pre-made. What do I reach for without even thinking? Are you reaching for that soda versus a glass of water? Discipline grows better in a supportive environment. Right? So discipline is the strongest when you remember your why. My why is I'm on a health journey. I'm cancer free, so I'm rebuilding my health so that I can move better, travel more, hang out with my grandkids, building up my immune system. Why do better food choices even matter? Because I want more energy. I want better digestion. I want to reach a weight goal. Weight loss is a byproduct of great supplements. I want more confidence in my clothing. And I want to feel stronger. That's why I make sure I walk on my walking pad. Feeling better, I make sure I sit outside and get some sun. Discipline is easier when choices are connected to something meaningful. I have grandkids to see grow up and graduate high school and go to college. I want to see what they become, who they become. Every choice benefits more self-trust. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you can, that you matter. Better food choices are not just about the plate. They are also about building a stronger relationship with yourself. And these are the products I use for that. So if you're interested in the products, you can DM me. You can call me on my message phone, 469-487-5229. I will answer any questions. If you're not ready to make that big commitment, then get the 3-day reset pack. If that still seems a little bit too much for you, I have a mini reset. But if you know you need nutrition and energy, I got you a pack for that too. Or say you just want to try the teas out, right? I even have the tea packs, lemonade, watermelon, and tropical punch. And for free, you can get 2 of the instant Iaso teas. So if you need to take something off your plate, so to speak, I have the vitamins and the nutritional supplements that can help you. You need help with those snacky cravings? Got that. You want to reactivate your GLP-1 hormone in your body? We got that for you too. So better food choices are not just about having more willpower in the moment. They are about building the kind of discipline that helps you choose what supports your goals, your body, and your peace more consistently. And guess what? I stayed within my 15 minutes. All right? I did good today. I told you about them better food choices. I showed you the things that help me make my better food choices. Okay? And again, DM me, follow the link to get anything you've seen here, or dial 469-487-5229. Leave me a message and I'll get back to you, okay? All right, that's all I got for you at 4:16. I did good. I'm under 20 minutes. I did good. And I don't feel like I shortchanged you with any information. All right, y'all go and have a great afternoon. This is Christy again with your Taste and Talk about better food choices. Later, Gators. Bye.